Hi there, welcome in Scorpio. This is your April reading, monthly reading. Thanks for being patient with me as I get all of these out. So let's take a look and see what's going on for Scorpio. Of course, this is being recorded April 13th of 2026, but whenever you find it and it resonates for you, then it is your reading. Let's see what kind of energy is being presented here. What does Spirit needs you to know? Something unfinished here. Unfinished symphony. Oh, get back here. We'll put you over here. Tell us about that unfinished symphony. What's it got to do with Spirit? Oh, goodness. Kind of the Yang card, but how it came out was in reverse, and I typically don't read these cards in the protection mode, but I am going to take this in the reverse. It's something you haven't taken action on yet. Well, a lot of stuff going on here. Okay. You've been waiting, breathe and TikTok. You've been waiting for the right time. So let's take a look at what that could possibly... I kind of want to say you might have been waiting also on somebody else to make the first move. It's like you've been biding your time here. Yeah. Hermit fell into my lap. Just biding your time. Let's see here. I'm going to move this back. Can't move it back. I have too many crystals on the table, Mary Jo. All right, let's take a look. Let's see, Scorpio. Well, right out of the gate. Justice. Page of Cups. All right. And the Sun. Yeah, it just feels like you've been waiting on something else or someone else for your own happiness. Like when you should have been pouring more into yourself. What is this, Spirit? Two of Swords. Well, this turned in reverse right in the deck. It's Three of Wands. Let me get the rest of the cards out here. Queen of Wands. Good. Taking your power back. Five of Wands. Well, yeah, this past has been unfair. The best word I could use. But you thought it was in the beginning. It's like the initial thought was this is the best way to do things, but you just weren't seeing clearly. And now there's like the internal it's just your external is reflecting the internal. There's a lot of angst inside, and so there's some some chaos. My phone just went off, so that's a clarification of that. Yes, there's a lot of internal and external chaos going on. What is going on with my cards? I thought they just flipped out, but there we go. Yeah, there's that Divine Feminine rising. I just did a collective reading for the week, and boy, she came out. She's been coming out in a lot of my readings lately. Taking your power back, Scorpio. Male or female, doesn't matter. most of my watchers are my subscribers are female, but it doesn't have to be. This is just the internal feminine across every body on the planet is rising and taking the power back, standing in their truth, regaining a sense of worth and value. Five of Swords. Jeez, what is that? Nine of Wands. Yeah. It feels like pulling teeth. Feels like pulling teeth, but you do it. I want to say, can you clarify that real quick, Spirit, before I go on? And we'll do the Five of Wands as well. It definitely is saying, I'm seeing a shift here, a change. There's the Five of Swords. Thank you. Others, yeah, others, but you're nurturing yourself. You're doing what's best for yourself. You're doing what makes you happy, what you feel is going to make you happy in the long run. I feel like this energy is others. This Five of Swords is others. You are the Nine of Wands. Is like you're getting tired. You're like you've battled. You've tried to pick your battles nicely, and it just got you nowhere. So it's like you're at the end of your rope here. Five of Wands. A little more of this conflict, please. What is not more of the conflict? Just can you clarify this conflict? We don't want more of the conflict for sure. Nine of Pentacles, Hangman. Yeah, so it's just clarifying. So these fives are just clarifying in this Empress energy here. You're choosing you. You're choosing you. You're taking time out to see things a little more clearly, going into the heart space, taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself. If you've been with me for a while, you know that I read the Nine of Pentacles as a lower octave of the Empress. So you're learning here. And you gain the experience, you gain the knowledge, you gain the remembrance, the wisdom. You remember who you are. I feel like there's a shift in how you're doing things. Spirit, why is the Three of Wands in reverse here? It kind of just feels like you're like somebody lets the wind out of your sails, or your past decisions or your past inability to not see the situation clearly. That past tense, just keep that in mind. That ability or the inability to see something clearly, that thinking that you were doing the right thing, but it just kind of ended up being meh to you. It didn't. It cost you yourself, but now you're finding yourself. So Three of Wands gets clarified by, yes, the High Priestess and the Queen of Swords. Now you know the truth. Now you're seeing the truth clearly. You're not allowing the situation or another to hold you back. Although we do have the Yang card, the action card in reverse, you could have put the ball in somebody else's court and they didn't take action, but that's kind of like you not taking action too. A decision to not make a decision is a decision. I like that. I gotta write that down. Hold on, I gotta pause this that's a long title. I'm sitting here laughing, talking to you, and I don't even have the camera rolling. Oh, anyway, yeah. So it's like there's some sort of a light bulb moment that comes on, that comes here, with the sun here. There's like the light bulb switches on, and you realize that you've been looking at things in totally the inappropriate way, and just that acknowledgement brings in this surge of power, this surge of empowerment, and this energy, and this rising of your vibration, and this, you know, taking back your power. And yeah, I feel like you have been waiting with bated breath for someone else to do something, uh, and I kind of feel like they were doing the same thing. Maybe they put the ball in your court. So nothing happened on either end, you know, like that. And but now you realize that, and now it's like I feel like you're sitting back, you're laughing at yourself, going, "Oh my gosh, that's funny." You know, how could I, you know, not beating yourself up really, but just really having a good laugh at yourself. Um, you know, you created all of this inner turmoil and inner angst over nothing. All it means is you just got to make a decision and take action on it. No more procrastination. No more you know, doing it for you, not for the other person or anybody else. Making yourself happy. You know, going out and meeting new friends. I feel like you've been living a specific way of life because of this decision to be indecisive. Um, you know, and it's fun. It's like you didn't even see it that way. It's like you thought you were making a decision by putting the, you know, waiting on somebody else, but no. So now that you recognize that, now that you know that, you know, you're the one who's got to take action on your own life. If you want your own life to change, you're the one who's got to do the shifting, right? So how is Scorpio shifting here other than taking care of themselves? We've got the Devil card flew out in reverse. So clearing yourself of some toxic energy, number one. Clearing yourself of this mindset of being trapped, number two. Um, I feel like getting a little more. Oh, okay. So for those of you that this is, okay, where is it? Hang on here. I got to get my cards. Oops, sorry. Got to get my cards here. Okay, so for those of you who this was a legal issue, a divorce, quite possibly, um, something. For those of you that have been worried that you know you didn't want to make the decision to file for divorce because you didn't want to be the one to have to pay for it, right? Um, However that works. I mean, I had to pay for my divorce and I asked for it, so. But there's something there, you know, you didn't want to lose anything. You were trying to save face. You were trying to hold on to some resources, or you were trying to hold on to some control and power that you had over the situation or this other person. No offense, but let's be real here. It's kind of, I mean, that's what's coming through. So now, you're realizing you've got to there's an opening up. There's a release of toxicity. There's a release of karmic energy. There's a release of karmic mindsets, old limiting mindsets. Um, what else moving forward for Scorpio? There's the exhale. You know, we've got the breathe card. You might have been just holding your breath, waiting for something to happen, someone else to make a move, but I feel like spirit's knocking on your door going, it's time, and you go, okay, you let out that breath and you say, okay, what's my next step? What is Scorpio's next step here, spirit? What is Scorpio's next step? Take a leap of faith, baby. Just take a leap of faith. I'm going to take this one sticking out. Look at that. Take action. Make the first move. Be bold and make the first move. I got to take a look at that. There's a card in the Moonology Tarot. Be bold and make the first move toward your new path. The Fool. Judgment. You're getting a second chance at your happiness here, at your life, being reborn here. hold on a sec. Okay, it's a cardinal moon. Be bold and make the first move. And I looked up what a cardinal moon represents. Typically, it's Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn energy because they're all cardinal signs, but it doesn't have to be. And you could actually be calling in one of those energies for you, but at the very least, something in your chart, your birth chart, is being activated. The energy of taking charge. If you want something, I gotta hang on. Can't do a couple things at the same time. If you've decided that you want this new life. I got hair coming across. I don't know where it's coming from though. Oh, there it is. You've decided you want this new life and you're going for it. And however you've got to do that, you're going to do it. I love it. Moving forward, very clear. We do have the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords coming out here. And if you've been with me, that represents for me as a reader as a divorced couple or a couple who is definitely on totally different emotional planes for sure. But very clear. Some of you could be going back to someone from the past, and I feel like it's a version of you. Could be for some of you could be a version of you, and really, I love this. Really finally deciding, nope. This is what I want. I'm this old way of living, this old way of waiting is done. It's over with, and there's something I need to finish up, and I'm gonna finish it. And you're doing it. You're finally making the decision to take charge. Of the situation. Oh, I didn't write that right. Yeah, you're no longer waiting for someone else. And that's, that could be in a partnership, that could be at work, it could be in a friendship, whatever has been it could be a project, whatever has been left undone, unsaid, finalized, not finalized. It's getting finalized. It's getting done. You're putting effort and time and energy into it because you've already been working on putting that energy and effort into yourself. Okay? Yeah, elderberry. Ancestral wisdom. Oh, I like that. I'm going to read this from the book. I've been doing that for all the zodiacs just to get a full picture of this. So let's show you the elderberry. Looks like grapes. I love elderberries. I love sambuca syrup. Anyway, let's see. Immunity, ancestral wisdom, feminine protection. There's the divine feminine right there, right? I feel like she's like rising up with all this armor on her. It's kind of what she feels like to me. I'm getting this Bridget, the goddess Bridget. I'm getting her. She's very powerful. She's a warrior goddess and very fiery energy, bright red hair. So very take charge kind of energy to tap into. So let's see. The wise protector. Elderberry has long been used to boost immunity, alleviate respiratory conditions, and protect against illness. Traditionally has been seen as a symbol of ancestral protection. I do want to say that if you've been having trouble with breathing, heaviness in your chest, tap into the energy of elderberry. You don't have to really take it. If you just, look at this picture take a screenshot of this picture and tap into that energy, then you can still receive its medicine, right? So the intuitive indigenous guidance says, elderberry calls upon the wisdom of those who came before you. It is a reminder that your ancestors are always present, protecting and guiding you. Strengthen your immunity, both physically and spiritually, by leaning into ancestral wisdom. Trust that your lineage has gifts to offer you, especially during challenging times. So when you're, if this happens to be where you need to confront somebody or have a very difficult conversation, call in your ancestors, call in somebody that you resonate with, a guide, someone who's been just helping you all along, and thank them for their protection and their guidance. This is just a nod that your ancestors have your back, and that things are they're going to work out just fine. There is justice being served here for yourself and for the situation, and it also will be for the other person as well. So Scorpio, I love this for you because you've had some pretty challenging reads in the past couple years, and I love that this is coming through, that the 2-year cycle is done. It's over. And you're taking your power back. So congratulations and good for you. I will talk to you later, and have a great rest of your month, and I'll see you next time. Love you.